Hi everyone, it's Jennifer, and I've been MIA from booktube for about 2 months now. I've been in a terrible reading slump that I just didn't know what to talk about. I wasn't interested, I guess, in books for just a little while. I don't know what happened. I had originally planned and had filmed actually a top 14 of 2014, edited it, and then I decided not to post it because I wasn't on booktube for most of 2014, and then I wasn't on booktube for all of November and December, so I just decided not to post it and to start off fresh in 2015, and that's what I'm doing right now. For today, I'm going to be showing you my December and January book haul. I didn't buy many books in December, but I do have a few, and I decided that it's worth showing. So let's just get into it. So the first book I have here today is none other than Gathering Darkness by Morgan Rhodes. This is the third book in the Fallen Kingdoms series. I read Fallen Kingdoms and Rebel Spring last year in May, and I really enjoyed it. But so when Gathering Darkness came out in December, I bought it. I didn't read it yet. I do really want to though. I'm really excited. Rebel Springs left off in a cliffhanger, so I plan on picking it up either in February or in March. Because this is the third book in the series, I'm not going to explain to you what this book in particular is about, but I will explain to you what Fallen Kingdoms is about. And Fallen Kingdoms, basically, it follows 4 characters, 4 different POVs. Okay, so it follows Jonas, it follows Chloe, it follows Magnus, and it follows Lucia. These 4 all they live in separate kingdoms, except Lucia and Magnus are brother and sister, and they all live in a island called Medica. And Medica is separated into 3 different kingdoms. There's the northern kingdom, which is Lumeros, and Lumeros is where Magnus and Lucia live. Then there is Palaza, and Palaza is where Jonas lives. And then there's the southern kingdom, which is Iranos, and Iranos is known for having basically everything. They're like the richer of the 3, and that's where Chloe lives. And literally something happens in the first chapter and shit goes down from there. Honestly, like, this book starts off, like, it kicks off right from the start, so you really don't have to wait. That's what I found really fun about the book, that you get to experience it right away and it just doesn't stop after that. I highly recommend it. Next book I actually got for Christmas, and that is 1,000 Pieces of You by Claudia Gray. First of all, this cover is beautiful. Second of all, the story is pretty interesting too. Basically, what this is about is it follows a girl. Her father is killed, and the prime suspect is a guy named Paul. And Paul actually runs away by going into different dimensions, but in the different dimensions he's a different person, and so it kind of gets crazy. I haven't heard actually anything about this book. I don't know, it seems really cool. So and the cover is just gorgeous. Can we all just take a moment to admire this cover? So the next set of books I have to show you are my January book haul. I went last week to Indigo with one of my friends, and we just bought a lot of books, so let me show you. So the first book I have is The Shock of the Fall by Nathan Filer. I've heard good things about this, especially from Reagan over at Prue's Project. She constantly raves about this book, and from what I know about this book, and kind of the only thing I really want to know about it, is that it follows a schizophrenic patient who, I say patient because in one part of the book he's in a mental hospital, but in the first part of the book he's telling it as a kid. It switches from the different perspectives, say when he was in the hospital and then before he was in the hospital, and kind of his experience in that. But that's all I really know about this book, and I found it interesting in that way that it deals with psychology, and I'm excited to pick this one up. Okay, next I have finally another David Levithan book. I haven't read David Levithan in so long, but I picked up one of his collaboration books, and I'm super excited about it because I find that this duo author do so well together, and that is Rachel Kahn and David Levithan and Naomi and Ellie's No Kiss List. I'm actually reading this with a friend next month, and I'm super excited. I constantly look at it and I'm just like, I need to read it. So if you don't know Rachel Kahn and David Levithan, they collaborated together twice before this book. They collaborated in Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, and they collaborated in Ash and Lily's Book of Dares. So I absolutely love those books, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna really like this book. This book is kind of complicated to explain, so I'm just gonna not explain it, especially since it's a very short book, so just go into it with no expectations. That's what I'm doing. Next, I have another first book in a trilogy that, this trilogy is actually really popular on booktube. I've heard nothing but good things about this trilogy, and that is the Gemma Doyle trilogy by Libba Bray. So the first one is A Great and Terrible Beauty. So basically, this book is a paranormal supernatural, and it follows a girl, Gemma Doyle, who goes to an academy after this big tragedy happens in her family, and she kind of taps into her supernatural powers. It seems like a really fun book, and like I said, I haven't heard anything bad about it, so I'm probably going to read it really soon because I just keep on looking at it and I'm just really intrigued. So in February and March, I will pick this book up. The next book I have to show you is a new release in January, and that is The Prey by Tom Isbell. This book is being compared to The Hunger Games, wherein there's kind of like a fight to the death. There are these kids known as less thans, and they are basically raised to be hunted later on, and that's all I know about this book. It's a dystopian. I think it's a trilogy in the making, but this is the first book, and I was actually anticipating this for a while. I saw this back in September that was going to be released in January, and I want to get my hands on it. Even though it is compared to The Hunger Games, I really like The Hunger Games, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to like anything kind of similar. The next book I looked for constantly in the indigo in my area, but they never seem to have it. So I finally went to the one downtown, and I found a copy, and it was the only copy they had, and that is Ask the Passengers by A.S. King. This is the first A.S. King book I own, and it's really the only one I've seen the summary, and I'm really interested in it. So basically, Ask the Passengers is about a girl who very often goes in her backyard, lies down, and talks to the passengers in the planes that fly by. And she talks to them because she feels that she won't be judged by them, and they won't show disinterest in her, or they don't know her or anything, and she actually has some sort of connection with these people, and even though she doesn't know them. That's the only way I could really describe this book, though, because I have no idea how else to describe this book. So when I read it, I'll probably give a better synopsis than that. The next book I have is very overdue. I fell in love with this series when I was a kid. I absolutely loved this series more than I loved Harry Potter, more than I loved any other series as a child. It was this series, and I have 12 books of this series, and when the 13th one came out, I never got it. Because I never got it, I heard things saying that, like, you know, the ending wasn't as great, so I just never decided to pick it up because I didn't want to read the ending. But when I was there, I decided I can't avoid it, and it was the only copy that was there, and so I bought it. And that is The End, which is the last book in the series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket. I hope I shouldn't have to explain this book to you guys because it's been going on for years. This is the last book. I'm struggling. I really want to read it, but I really don't want to read it. But I have to, so yes. The next book I have is a graphic novel, and I'm very interested in it, and I have been for a while, but I never got it, but I finally decided to pick it up, and that is Brian Lee O'Malley's Seconds, and he's the same author who wrote and illustrated the Scott Pilgrim series. So, yep. And I absolutely love the cover. There's that, but this is only the dust jacket, which covers such a beautiful hardcover copy. It looks like that, and it's beautiful. Can we all just appreciate this for a moment? Because, yes. I just want to say, sorry that the lighting keeps changing. The sun is very bright, and it keeps on reflecting off the snow that's outside, and it keeps on reflecting off my things, and it's just blinding, so it just, I don't know what's going on with the sun, and I don't know what's going on with my lighting, and I'm very sorry about it. Anyways, the second to last book is another book I'm very excited about, only because I used to read this author in high school, and I didn't know that he was continuing on with this particular series, and as soon as I saw it, I was super happy, and that is Party Games by R.L. Stine, and it is a Fear Street novel. Guys, Fear Street is back. It's super exciting. So, the only thing I know about this book in particular is that it follows Brian Fear, which is a, part of the Fear family legacy, basically, where everything goes down in that family. Anything haunting, anything scary, you name it, the Fear family has experienced it. Brian is hosting a birthday party on an island, and of course, this is Fear Street, and things go wrong very quickly. So, that's all I want to know. So that's all you're getting from this summary. But I'm excited that Fear Street is back, guys, honestly. And the last book I have for you guys today is Jacoby by William Ritter. Jacoby follows an investigator whose name is R.F. Jacoby, and he has a keen eye for noticing the extraordinary and basically the paranormal, and he finds an assistant in this girl who has a very keen eye on the ordinary. So they make a good team together, and they are investigating a case, serial killer case, I believe. So this book seems really cool. I don't watch Sherlock or anything, so I don't know, but it has been compared to Sherlock, and I hope to be reading this hopefully soon. So that's it for my December/January book haul. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys are excited about any of these books that I've spoke about, share your excitement down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.